the unbelievable sea of people that come out to see the Elite Series pros. You guys never, ever let us down, and I want to let you know we never, ever take you guys for granted. We are so thankful. There is no group of anglers that brings the crowd together like the Bassmaster Elite Series anglers, and not just in bass fishing, in all professional fishing around the world. You guys are the best, and you're the reason that Bass is the best. Let's get loud, Palatka! We got a lot of stuff going on here today. Of course, this is stop number 1 of the 2022 Bassmaster Elite Series. This is the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite at the St. John's River. And I want you guys to make sure you swing by AFTCO right behind you there. You see that booth? That's the fine folks from AFTCO. Make sure you swing by it sometime and thank them for bringing the Elite Series right back here to Palatka to kick off the 2022 season. So many other cool things going on. This whole community supports this event, and we thank you all so much for that. Make sure to swing by the Bassmaster merchandise booth. They have brand new line of shirts and stuff, special event shirts. Remind yourself of a keepsake that reminds you that you have been here to this great event. But this is just semifinals Saturday. We also have championship Sunday tomorrow. But you got to get inside the top 10. We cut our field down to 47. Only 47 anglers went out fishing today. Only 10 will go fishing tomorrow. And the top 10 will fish in championship Sunday. And we will crown a champion right here tomorrow afternoon. There's another big sport event, but nobody cares about that, right? Especially Kansas City Chiefs fans like me. You're a Bengals fan. How come the Bengals fans, you never heard from them for like the last 30 years, and now they're ravenous? You're going to meet somebody tomorrow by the name of Aaron Donald. Joe Burrow ain't got nothing on that big beast. Let me tell you that. Okay, I don't want to fight with you now, okay? It says in my contract you cannot get in a fight with Jennifer Lowen. Makes it uncomfortable to interview Bill Lowen on the stage here. I hope your Bengals win, I guess. Whoever. Who cares? Let's talk about this event. We're going to whittle it down to the top 10. Are you guys ready to weigh some fish? We are just about ready to weigh some fish, but before we can weigh any fish, ladies and gentlemen, I got to talk about our tournament leader. He weighed in the VMC Monster Bag of the Day on day number 1 with 28 pounds even, and nobody has been able to topple him yet. John Cruz has led this event from day number 1. We got any John Cruz fans in the house? Let's hear it for him. A 12-time Classic qualifier. It's been over a decade since he won an Elite Series event, and what he's trying to do is one of the toughest things in professional fishing, and that's go wire to wire in Florida. One of the most unpredictable fisheries there is, but we're going to find out how that all works out. But before we bring out our anglers, I need you to know, I need you to make lots and lots of noise for these folks, because this is all around the world on Bassmaster.com, on the Fox Sports app, and also every Saturday and Sunday morning of Elite Series competition starting at 8 a.m. We have 4 hours of Bassmaster Live on FS1, live bass fishing FS1. How cool is that, ladies and gentlemen? All right. We're just about ready to weigh some fish, but before we do that, I need to bring out our weighmaster, our tournament director, and I'm so proud to introduce her to you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for LT, Lisa Talmadge. LT, we got a big crowd here. You ready to do this?
This is such an awesome crowd. Thanks, Palatka. Thanks, Putnam County. Thanks for coming out. We do appreciate the support. Thank you.
I'll let you get the scales set up, and we'll figure this out. We got a bunch of anglers backstage chomping at the bit to get up here. But you guys know what your job is. When you see me spin these towels, I'm the world's least likely cheerleader, okay? They won't even give me pom-poms. All they give me is a dirty Toyota fish towel. But when I swing that towel, I need you to get real, real loud. So let's try it one time. Are we ready? Are you guys ready? No, this is semifinal Saturday. Palatka, one more time. Are you ready? Let's get ready to weigh angler fishing his first Bassmaster Elite Series event all the way from Japan, Masayuki Masashita. 35 pounds and 6 ounce start today. He's got 5, need to be 9 pounds, 14 ounces, 17.7. And Masayuki is your brand new leader with 52 pounds, 13 ounces. Masayuki Masashita chased his dreams halfway around the world. Big bass, big stage, big dreams right there. 52 pounds and 13 ounces. He is your tournament leader. Going to weigh that for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. Definitely going to take that over because he's weighing in first today. 4 pounds an ounce. I got a feeling that might get beat, but yesterday you were nervous to make the top 47 cut.
Yesterday, second place, I'm happy. But today, very tough. I want to fish tomorrow.
Watching you, you're fishing very, very slow. Is that the key?
Yeah, very slow, but noon, little change, sim jig, I catch two catch. But today, just five fish, very, very tough. Every day change a condition, very, very tough.
Well, it's been a lot tougher on some others because you are our tournament leader, and we hope to bring you out at the end of our weigh-in in our top 10. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, at his first ever Elite Series event. Next up, we got a 5-time Classic qualifier, a former Elite Series champion, Micah Frazier. 27 pounds and 13 ounces at the start of today. 5 to add to that here today. 14.5 gives him 42 pounds and 2 ounces. And Micah Frazier moves into third place currently. $42 pounds and 2 ounces. And man, it really does. It feels like you guys were lying when I looked at all the pictures people posted in pre-fish, how much this fishery has changed in literally just 3 days. And for you to be able to be still here is commendable.
Yeah, we had unseasonably cold conditions during practice, and, that's always tough when you're in Florida. But I was able to settle in an area, and on day one I got 2 really big bites, and I had 20 pounds. Without those 2 bites, I probably wouldn't have made the cut. So, and today I caught all those fish different on day 1. Day 2 got really tough, and they were kind of in transition. And today, started seeing some more activity up on the bank, and I saw some really big fish swimming around. So it's liable to bust wide open here any time if we can get some warm. Just stay consistent, and if we can get a couple of those giants to bite, you could have a really big bag.
I'd love to see you as part of the top 10. We'll find out at the end of our weigh-in. A former Bassmaster Open winner, a 3-time Classic qualifier from Mount Carmel, Tennessee, David Mullins. 33 pounds and 12 ounces to start the day. 5 fish to add to that for Mullins, looking for 19.2 to take the lead. Let's get him in the top 10. 12 pounds, 2 ounces. He does that, moves into second place with 45 pounds and 14 ounces for David Mullins. 45-14, sitting in second place, and you might just get another shot at this body of water tomorrow. And man, it does seem like it's changing and may get even better.
I don't know if it's going to get any better because the first day, it was so easy. I had 20 pounds the first day, and it seems like it just keeps tapering off. And I'm not sure if they're in transition or what, but tickled to death to have 12 pounds a day because I only had 6 bites. And but thankful y'all for coming out. Man, this is awesome. We enjoy coming out here every year, and the reason is because you all right here. So thank y'all for coming out. We appreciate it. Let's hopefully that gets me in tomorrow.
Hope you get in there. We'll find out at the end of our weigh-in. Next up, we got a 2-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Del Rio, Texas, Ray Hanselman Jr. Ray Henselman at 26 pounds, 11 ounces as of this morning. 2 fish today. 3 pounds, 12 ounces gives him 30 pounds, 7 ounces. You're in 10th place right now. And if you can convince the next 45 anglers not to weigh in, you might get to fish tomorrow.
No, I think I'm going to be rigging tackle for the Harris chain this evening. Well, every time I come on the stage here in Palatka, I feel like a rock star. These crowds here are incredible. And, I've been fishing out of a skeeter boat now for 20 years, and they just keep getting better every year. And, I'd like to thank Bullseye Services, Viva Energy, and Power Tackle Rods, and Smith Industries. They support me, and couldn't do it without them. And we'll see y'all next year, I imagine.
Always great to have you here. He led the first 2 days of this event last year. He is the 2012 PAA Angler of the Year from Winchester, Tennessee, Gary Klaus. Came in today with 26 pounds, 11 ounces, 1 fish today, 3 pounds, 2 ounces, puts you in 12th place currently. And unfortunately going to call an end to your event this week, but making it to day 3 really is something commendable, especially this week with so many changing conditions.
Yeah, this is a tough tournament. I think those 2 cold nights really knocked it back for us. Hadn't been for that, I think it'd been a really good tournament for a lot of us. Of course, some of the guys caught them anyway. They always do. There's this caliber fishermen. Well, look at the crowd out here. This is a great, awesome. Thank you all for coming out. That's really nice. I've really come to know that the Palatka and the surrounding communities here, Palatka all down through there, is really a fishing community. And thank you all for coming out very much. Say hi to everybody back at the Phoenix factory.
Thank you, and congratulations for a good finish. We look forward to seeing you at the Harris chain. He's a Bassmaster Elite Series champion, an 11-time Classic qualifier from Brookville, Indiana, Dollar Bill Lowen. 30 pounds, 2 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish to add to that. 11 pounds, 2 ounces. He moves into 5th place with 41 pounds, 4 ounces. 41 pounds and 4 ounces. And once again, Bill Lowen inside the top 10 in 5th place currently. Away that for Phoenix Boats Big Bass needs to be better than 4-1. 4 pounds, 6 ounces, and that takes over Phoenix Boats Big Bass for the day. You're in 5th place. You just got to hope it holds out. But regardless, another great finish for you, Bill.
Yeah, it was fun out there today. I say it was fun. It's been a grind all week. Typically when I come here, this river kicks my butt. So it feels good to get a little revenge on it. I had a decent start to the tournament, and the fish that I was catching, they've just disappeared. I don't know where they went. Seems like on these tidal bodies of water, it's hard to keep up with the fish. But, hey, I can't complain. I got to fish on Saturday. And does anybody out here in the crowd know what I do when I get to fish on a Saturday? Huh?
You go streaking?
No.
Oh, I was guessing.
Does anybody out here know? What do I do? Any day I fish on Saturday, I pick a kid out of the audience and give him a Bassmaster membership. You two right here in front with the Yamaha hats on. Actually, you 3 right there with the Yamaha hat.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, you 3 right there. Come stand right up here for a minute. Every day that I fish on Saturday, I pick a couple kids out of the audience to give them a Bassmaster membership. When I was their age growing up, all I wanted to do was stand on this stage, and Bassmaster Magazine to help you do that. And if I can give back to the youth, because that's the future of our sports, then I'll take every opportunity I can. So, guys, when you get done there, see my wife right there. Give her your information. And, man, I want to thank this crowd for coming out every time we come here. It's amazing to see everybody. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. And if I don't get to go fishing tomorrow, come by the Yamaha booth and see me. Talk about my Express and my Yamaha.
Congrats on another great one. The first time he came here, he got a 2nd place finish. He is the first Canadian ever to win a Bassmaster Elite Series event, Chris Johnston. 29 pounds and 5 ounces. 2 fish to add to that, 3 pounds even, gives him 32 pounds, 5 ounces, puts you in 9th place. And you're going to roll out of here with a pretty good payday and get an extra day of rest before the Harris chain.
Yeah, St. John's won today. I always have fun here, and I made a bit of a gamble. I fished my first spot for 2 hours, never got a bite. I was hoping some fish were going to pull up, so I thought I'm going to go down to Astor. Maybe some fish pulled up on beds down there, and it didn't work out, but it was worth a try, and I still got to go fish and have some fun, and yeah, I'm glad to be here. This town of Palatka always shows out. You guys are great, and thanks for coming out, cheering us on.
Always great to have you here. Congrats on another great finish. A 4-time Bassmaster winner from Somerville, South Carolina, Patrick Walters. Never been out of the top 10 in this event. Had 34 pounds, 13 ounces, 12 pounds even, and once again inside the top 10 in 2nd place currently. Patrick Walters with 46 pounds, 13 ounces. 46-13 sitting in 2nd place, and I'd love to see you keep that top 10 streak alive here.
It's going to be close. Today was not the day that I expected. You know, I caught him early, kind of what I wanted to do. The size wasn't there like I was thinking, but I went to Rodman again today. 3 times in a row, I needed one big bite, one 5 to 7 pound bite, and I would have been good, and just didn't get that bite today. But hey, hopefully make the top 10. But look at this amazing crowd. Palatka always shows out, and I do love this body of water. Hopefully we can slide in there and make a top 10. But if we do, I'm tell you what, y'all watch out, because I'm doing something completely different tomorrow. We're going full send.
Look out, and give the mustache one more day of growth. It'll be filled in, I guarantee you. A former Elite Series Rookie of the Year from North Carolina, Jake Whitaker. 28 pounds, 3 ounces start the day, 5 fish. 12 pounds and 9 ounces. He moves into 7th place with 40 pounds and 12 ounces. You're in the top 10 right now, and did I overhear on Bass Live that if you make the top 10, you have a special jersey for tomorrow?
Well, I would love to have that jersey. I don't have that jersey. I left it's at home.
This is horribly embarrassing.
So, okay, let me get a show of hands. Who is pulling for the Rams tomorrow? Okay, everybody if your hands are not down, you guys suck. You guys can go home.
But we gotta give it. Who's cheering for the Bengals tomorrow? I mean, they haven't been there like forever.
Hey, I honestly wouldn't be disappointed if they won as well. But no, I've been a Rams fan for a long time, ever since they were in St. Louis, the greatest show on turf. So I'm pulling for them tomorrow. But, you know, it's been a good week. We started out chilly weather this week, and I kind of thought it was going to be, you know, tough to get a bite in, and it was. And luckily I, you know, ran into some things and was able to catch some fish this week and was able to capitalize on some big fish. But I think we're going to be a little bit short of the cut. But, man, how nice is it to start the year with a top 15, top 20 finish. So I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. All you from Palatka coming out. This is awesome. We'll see y'all next week.
Always great to have you here. Let's bring up the 2019 Elite Series Angler of the Year, a 2-time Classic qualifier, 2-time FLW Tour winner, Scott Canterbury. 27 pounds, 9 ounces as of this morning, 13 to add to that gives him 41 pounds and 6 ounces. And Scott Canterbury moves into 6th place currently. You know, weigh that for Phoenix Boats Big Bass, 4-6. Not going to take that over. No, actually, in a 2-way tie for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. But I have a feeling in Florida, a 4-pounder at some point in this way and is going to get beat. But you didn't get beat this week, man. That's a great finish no matter what way this shakes out on such a tough tournament for so many anglers because so much changed.
Yeah, it's super tough out there, man. This is an awesome crowd. It always is. I'm glad to come down here and start the year out good. Glad to get some good points. You know, I mean, it's a grind just to get bites and catching 4 yesterday. I had 4 for right at 15 yesterday. That fifth one really would have helped me yesterday. I just never could get a bite. Today I didn't have but about 6 pounds with an hour left, and I caught 3 of the ones that I weighed in, plus the 2 biggest ones. So you never give up. I mean, you just never know when it's going to happen. You keep grinding, and maybe it'll make it work your way. I mean, I don't know. I get an off day tomorrow and go practice for the next one. I think I need to change the oil in that reel, my Ardent reel, man. I've wound a swim jig about 14,000 miles this week, and I think it's due an oil change.
All right. Well, congrats on a great finish. I know you're going to get loud, ladies and gentlemen. He has led this event since day number 1, a 12-time Classic qualifier, the Cruise Missile, John Cruz. Had 45 pounds, 3 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish to add to that. Looking for 7, 11, 13 pounds even. And once again, the Cruise Missile delivers. And he is leading this tournament with 58 pounds and 3 ounces. The Cruise Missile is leading the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite at the St. Johns River, 1 day away from going wire to wire in one of the most unstable states. So hard to stay consistent here, and man, you've consistently stayed on top of that leaderboard. That fish 6 pounds and an ounce, a brand new Phoenix Boats Big Bass leader. And that bite right there was a key bite for you today.
That's the understatement of the day, Dave. Yeah, that was a bag saver. That's what I was calling that fish. I just need one of those little memory deals to where you forget what you did the day before and then you just go fishing again, because everything that I had done the first 2 days didn't work. And those fish that I caught today were from an area that I caught a couple of small fish in the last hour of light on the 3rd day of practice, the last day of practice. So that's one of those deals where you never give up and you just keep going, and that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm just going to hammer down and see if I can figure out what they want tomorrow. We're going to have changing weather conditions again, and I think that's going to be a good thing for keeping them, everybody else behind stage, keeping them honest.
John, you've had an incredible career, no matter what way this works out. I mean, 12 classics, you've won an Elite Series event, but it's been a while. How much would this mean to you?
Oh, man, we got a lot of work to do, and my focus is going to stay on what it's going to take to catch a good bag of fish tomorrow. We'll worry about all that other stuff later, because if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean a thing to talk about it. So that's where I'm going to keep my focus on the changing weather conditions. I'm going to get the updated weather here in a few minutes, and then try to put together a game plan for tomorrow.
Go make it happen. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. A Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Millville, New Jersey, Greg DePalma. GDP had 29 pounds and an ounce to start the day. 2 fish today. They only need to be 29 pounds, 3 ounces. 213, just a little short, but you made it to day 3 when half our field has already headed to the next one.
Yeah, no, there's no complaints out of me. It was a great tournament. I found 2 really big ones today, and I did all I could to try to catch them. It just would not lock on the beds, but they were giants. If I'd have caught 1, I'd been real happy. If I'd have caught 2, I might be fishing tomorrow, but I have no regrets from today. I swung for the fence, did what I had to do. I got to give a shout-out to AFTCO, man, supporting sponsor of this event. If you guys haven't checked out their clothing, it's a must. They have the best outdoor clothing out there. My boys in the back, the B.A.S.S University's back there. If you guys are not a subscriber to B.A.S S University, you better subscribe, because all these guys behind me, all the other top pros in the country, all give good seminars, all give away the juice, give all the good stuff away. Besides that, I got to thank all my other sponsors, thank B.A.S S, and I'm happy with the first event.
Great finish. He's an Elite Series champion, a 3-time Classic qualifier for Benton, Arkansas, Stetson Blaylock. Stetson Blaylock had 35 pounds, 5 ounces, 5 fish to add to that here today, 7 pounds, 8 ounces. He moves into 5th with 42 pounds and 13 ounces. So a little tougher day today, but might sneak in there.
I don't know. I'd like another chance at it. I know where I'm fishing, those fish are kind of dwindling away, but, after seeing what guys are catching, it seems like it's tough all over the lake except for a few guys. And for me, it's just, do I want to run around and try to find something new or stick with it? I actually had 4 bites today that I think were better than anything I weighed in. So all in all, I'm happy with the week. Start the season off great. I'd love to sneak in there. I'm going to be watching it close just to see what happens. There's some big bags behind me, so we'll have to see.
Keep our fingers crossed for you and find out at the very end of the way and when we bring out our top 10. His very first Bassmaster Elite Series event from Old Forge, PA, Jonathan Kelly. Coming into this event, he had fished a grand total of 6 Bassmaster events. 3 of them he finished in the top 10. Made his first cut here this week, 5'9" today, gives you 32 pounds even, and not going to make the cut, the final day cut, but making this first cut and getting your Elite Series career off to a start. How important was that?
Oh, it was very important, and it's awesome to do it here at the first event. I've had a little bit of experience here at St. John's River, so to come back and, this be the first event, that was, key for me to get off to a good start. And, I had a very great practice. Like a lot of guys said, it was tough, but I actually had a 20-pound bag and a 30-pound bag in practice. So I knew that was not good when you see the weather changing in Florida like it is. So I knew for me it was going to be for the worst. So I just kind of went into survival mode. And that's what I did the last 3 days, and that got me here. So that's the most important part of it is I'm here standing on this stage for day 3. So I can't complain.
No complaints whatsoever, and it's awesome to have you here in the Elite Series. Congrats on a good first event. We'll see you at the next one. Let's bring out an Elite Series champion, a Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Springville, Alabama, the little ball of hate, Wes Logan. 27 pounds and 10 ounces as of this morning. 3 fish to add to that for 512, puts you in 11th place, and you avoid being nervous about making the top 10.
I avoid having to work tomorrow, too. No, I'm really blessed to be here after the practice I had, but, to say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. I want to apologize to my family, my friends, my sponsors, because I made probably one of the stupidest fishing decisions I've ever done today, but, it's all on me. If I'd have done what I've been doing, I probably could have pecked around and caught 12 or 13 pounds again. But I don't know, just the flip-flop from practice to, tournament was a big deal, and just being able to catch some with changing conditions was, a blessing for sure. But the good thing about practicing in the rain is having that AFTCO gear, and it was warm, it was, I didn't get wet, it was dry and all that good stuff. But if you're interested in anything like that, checking out their booth over there, and I guess we'll see everybody in Leesburg.
You can't say you made one of the stupidest decisions and not tell us what the decision was. It just changes. Everybody's wondering. I'm just saying what they're thinking.
So I practiced in Rodman on Sunday, and it was raining, the wind was blowing, but I caught a lot of fish. But last year I fished the tournament in Rodman, and I thought the weather had set up good for that today because we had a warm night, and we had a lock at 10 o'clock, and I left. What I was doing, I had just lost a 3-pounder, and it was like 9:30. I was like, I got to get to the lock. And I run all the way into the lock through, run all the way to the back of Rodman, fish a 300-yard stretch, and there's people everywhere. I don't get a bite on my prop bait, and turn around and come all the way back. I come back through the lock, was in Rodman an hour, came all the way back, stopped on my place that I was going to, one of my places, in like 10 minutes caught 2 of those keepers, and I was just like, you're an idiot.
You're not an idiot unless you don't learn from it. We look forward to seeing the next one. A 2-time Bassmaster winner from Fort Worth, Texas, the Zaldangerous one, Chris Zaldane. 26 pounds and 3 ounces. 3 fish to add to that here today. Need 712 to get inside the cut. All right, we're just going to set it. All right, they're going to have to reboot the scale, and your dog is still here. I hope your dog didn't leave us a souvenir. Ladies and gentlemen, while they reboot, I'll have a quick look here at our leaderboard. Your leader right now, of course, John Cruz. Masayuki Masashita in 2nd place, and Patrick Walters in 3rd. In 4th place, David Mullins, followed by Stetson Blaylock, Micah Fraser, Scott Canterbury, Bill Lowen, Jake Whitaker, and Bob Downey. That is your top 10 as of right now. But while we reset the system here, we'll wait and I'll talk about things to fill up the time. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that this year we have about a dozen rookies on the field, and they're all battling it out for the Phoenix Rods Angler, or the Falcon Rods, not the Phoenix Boats Big Bass, the Falcon Rods Rookie of the Year award. So we got a lot of new rookies here, and several of them made the cut. So when you guys have done a really good job so far. I gotta keep talking. All right. Oh, is it time? Okay, but that's a lot of fun to follow, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't need to keep you moving the hole that makes the words, because the anglers are back and we're ready to go. Are you ready? I bet nobody can guess who's next. The Zaldangerous one, Chris Zaldane. He needs 7 pounds to 12 ounces. He's got 3 fish today, 6 pounds, 7 ounces. 32 pounds and 10 ounces. Unfortunately, not going to make the cut this time around, but a great start to the 2022 season.
I will take it because I love this crowd, and I'll tell you what, there's 2 things I know about Palatka, Florida, and the fishing here is, 1, you got to slow way down to catch fish. There she goes. And 2, the crowd always shows out. We got any dog lovers over there? She's going right to you guys. That's awesome. Meet you here. Meet you here.
Meet you here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, I'm so nervous right now.
Yeah, so it was a tough day. I lost a bunch of fish, but seeing my wife, my 2 dogs on the dock, that's what it's all about. That was the highlight of my day. So I appreciate you guys coming out. It's a good start to the season for me. I don't typically do well on this body of water, so I will take this top 30 finish or whatever it is, and we'll move on down the road. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Great finish. See you, Michi. Don't leave any souvenirs. Our next angler, he is a former Classic champion and Angler of the Year from Oregon, Jay Ellis. 26 pounds, 7 ounces, 5 fish here today for 9 pounds, 15 ounces. He's in 10th place currently. Unfortunately, a bunch more anglers still to weigh in, but a great finish here again this week for you.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Yeah, I'm just blessed to still be out here doing this. You know, it's like my first Bassmaster tournament was in 1989. And I'm fishing against all these kids, and it makes me feel old. Actually, I'm going to be a grandfather this year. My daughter's expecting, so we're super excited about that. My wife's walking around out here with a T-shirt on, says I'm blessed to be called Mimi. She's over the moon with joy about that. But no, it was a good week, and caught most of my fish on a Senko this week. Fished down in Lake Crescent. Had a good time, you know. And but you know, besides fishing these tournaments, I also run the Cast for Kids Foundation, and the Cast for Kids. Some of you guys know about. It's a great charity. We put on fishing events for special needs youth all over the country, and we have events in Florida and a lot of other places. There's actually an event coming up, a Cast for Kids event in St. Johns County up by Jacksonville in April. So if you know some kids, special needs kids that want to go fishing, go to castforkids.org and sign them up, and it's all free. And it's just a fantastic time. It's great to share the joy of fishing with all kids. Everybody deserves an opportunity to go fishing. And if you're out there listening and you'd like to host an event in your community, get a hold of us at castforkids.org.
An incredible organization. Thank you. And congratulations on both fronts. A former Elite Series Rookie of the Year from Minnesota, the Sleepy Assassin, Austin Felix. All right, I hope you have a dog or something to entertain people with here, because we're dealing with an issue here. But you dealt with some issues today, I heard.
Yeah, so somebody forgot to put my plug in this morning, and
who's somebody?
It's probably me. Yeah, I got to my first spot. I thought it was going to be all right. It wasn't really the bilge wasn't really going off, but it must have pulled completely out when I got running down the lake, because I got to my first spot and the bilge could barely keep up with it. And my whole plan was to stop on a shell bar for a minute before I had to run to the lock to lock through. So all this is going down, and I'm trying to figure out what I need to do and still make it to the lock on time. So I basically just had to strip down and go completely underwater. I realized I cannot hold my breath nearly as long as I thought I could. But yeah, it was that run to the lock after I got it all taken care of was very cold.
Okay, so everything worked out after that okay, though?
Yeah. Started off all right, caught a few little ones, had some fireworks right before I had to lock back through here at the end of the day, caught a 6 and a 3, and I didn't know if I could push it. The lock only goes through at 2 o'clock or at 3 o'clock. You can't just lock through whenever you want. So I didn't know if I wanted to push it till 3, being ahead, I think, around enough to make the cut. So I decided not to. I timed the lock on the way back, so I know exactly how long it takes for me to get in and get down. So I think I can push it tomorrow if we make it. But yeah, that's about how my day went. Caught a few, had fun.
Well, if we never weigh your fish, you're never going to make it. But not to put pressure on you, you probably don't know this, but today on Live, I heard Mark Zona pick you as his early favorite to win Angler of the Year this year. How does that feel?
I don't want to start thinking about that yet, or I'll spin myself out so fast. But, I mean, if I can do all right in the next Florida event and kind of get out of here with some high finishes, I like my shots. I'm not, we'll see what happens. I mean, last year I thought I was going to do really well on Pickwick, and then the weather had other ideas. So, yeah, well, you never know until you put them on the scale.
Are you a football fan?
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win that game tomorrow?
I had this same conversation with Zona when he called me, and I really don't care because I like Burrow and I like Stafford. I want them both to win one. Realistically, the thing was I didn't want the Packers to win, I didn't want Tampa to win, and I didn't want the Chiefs to win.
Bring the dog back up here. Why does could you imagine being so good that within 4 years everybody hates you? They sucked for a long time too, just like the Bengals and Stafford. We're just going to keep. Well, what else has been going on in your life? For those of you, if you just tuned in right now, we're doing what's called stalling time. And you drew the short straw. And here's the sad part. We're going to spend so much time talking today. For the rest of the year, you'll have used up all of your stage time, and we will not talk on stage.
Oh, that's fine. I barely talked on Live, so.
I heard something today. You're not wearing pajama pants. Is that true?
Yeah. So before my rookie year, I heard we're not allowed to wear blue jeans. And I'm like, well, if we can't wear blue jeans, there's no way they're possibly going to let me wear pajama pants. And it kind of become a thing at that point, so I had to figure out a way around it. And yeah, they're technically golf pants, so they're like quick dry, they're Nike, and it's good that they're quick dry because they were soaking wet this morning. But yeah, so technically not pajama pants. Occasionally you will actually see me in pajama pants when I can slip it by the rest of the crew, but...
You've been living a lie this whole time. The sleepy assassin and everything doesn't even wear pajama pants, but he catches bass. 15 pounds, 12 ounces today. Gives him 46 pounds, 9 ounces. He's in 4th place. And I have personally never been happier to call a weight in my life. 46 pounds, 9 ounces. You're sitting in 4th place. We got nothing else to say. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, I'll see you in the morning.
Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. We weighed that one for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. Not going to take it over. That is 5:14. And let's keep it rolling with a former Bass Nation national champion from Louisiana, Caleb Summerall. £26 pounds and 8 ounces. As of yesterday, 5 fish to add that today. 13 pounds, 5 ounces. Puts him in 11th place with 39 pounds and 13 ounces. Whew. We are 19 anglers into this way, and I'm exhausted.
That's about how I feel after running around this lake for a few days. Man, Palatka, y'all showed out every year y'all come out. Man, this is awesome. Hey, man, this week was a great week. I don't think I'm having enough to go tomorrow, but catching that bag yesterday and having a little comeback rally. First event of the year, get a little momentum going, go to Harris, and we got the Classic. All I want to do is just carry that momentum on. I ran down the Astor again today, across that monster Lake George. They had a lot of boat traffic out today. My Express handled it just fine. A little cross wave action. It was a little choppy, but it was no problem at all. So I want to say a big thank you to my wife at home. I miss you. I love you. The guys at Optimal Field Services took a chance with me this year. Great group of guys, and they just helped me run down this dream, and we're going to work hard to bring home a blue trophy for them, my family, and everybody else cheering me on. So thank you, guys. Love y'all. See y'all next one.
Congrats on another good one. A former Forest Wood Cup champion, a two-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Alabama, Clint Davis. 28 pounds, 5 ounces as of this morning. 2 fish to add to that here today. 7 pounds, 14 ounces. He moves into 13th place with 36 pounds and 3 ounces. Another good payday on the Bassmaster Elite Series for Clint Davis. So, unfortunately, going to call an end to your tournament, but man, a good payday this week, and surviving this one where so many others are already headed to the next one. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah, man, I was worried about this one coming into it, especially with the weather. And yeah, today it was better to have that day today than yesterday. I think honestly, I just caught all the dumb fish. Those were the last 2 dumb ones left because I was running around swimming a jig the last 2 days, and today they had to run out and grab my jig and throw it back at me. So they would bite it all the way up to the hook. That was it. So, hey, next week, hopefully it'll be a good one.
It will be, and it was a good one this week for you. Congratulations. I need you to get real loud, ladies and gentlemen. He is the reigning Bass Nation National Champion from Hawaii. Say aloha to Matty Wong. Matty Wong, 26 pounds, 10 ounces to start the day. He needs 14.2 to get inside the cut, 11.7 just outside the cut, but in 12th place at his very first Bassmaster Elite Series event, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. What a start to your Elite Series career. It's so important for rookies to have a strong start, but man, you came out swinging and got to be happy with this.
Man, I'm so stoked. This is, like I said before, this is more than a dream come true. And, you know, this week has been incredible. It's actually my very first time in Florida, and it's my first time fishing. And man, Palatka, you guys show up. This is rad.
Yeah.
But, no, it's such a huge confidence booster for me going up against some of the guys that I've been looking up to for so long. And, you know, starting the season off on the right foot, it feels really good.
Pretty sure people are looking up to you right now, and I'm excited to have him on the Elite Series. Let's hear it for him, representing the Bass Nation. A former Classic qualifier, former Bassmaster Open winner from Wisconsin, Bob Downey. 33 pounds and 15 ounces to start the day. He's got 5 fish here today. Looking for 6.13 to get in the cut. 10 pounds, 14 ounces. Not a problem. And 44 pounds and 13 ounces puts him in 6th place currently. 44 pounds and 13 ounces sitting in 6th place. Halfway through this weigh-in, and you're sitting in 6th place, so might get another shot to get out there, which, when you think of day 2, I mean, 1 fish on day 2. Now, mind you, it was a 6.11, so it was a good one. But, man, to get a shot to get out there, you got to be feeling pretty thankful.
Yeah, super thankful. Made a little adjustment today and came in with the limit, which was nice after 1 fish day yesterday. But that first day is still carrying me. I would love to go tomorrow. We got conditions that it's going to be a little foul weather, a little cooler. So you never know what can happen. There's still some big bags to be caught out here. We got one coming up here in a few guys that you guys better stick around for.
What? That's like telling someone, well, you got a really good birthday present you're going to get. Why are you ruining it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I like to see big bass. So.
I like to see big bass too, but I like to surprise them with big bass.
Okay. There's really small bags behind me, so yes.
Yeah, it's going to be really boring. Don't get excited at all. But you might get excited right here. He's a 6-time Bassmaster winner. The 2017 Elite Series Angler of the Year from Rathdrum, Idaho. The prodigy, Brandon Palatka. 31 pounds and 8 ounces, looking for 9.12 to get inside the cut. 7 pounds and an ounce. Old Bob Downey is not a liar, it turns out. See, he built it all up like it was going to be magic. And
He's a good, honest man. Bob is a good, honest man. We've actually been fishing around each other all week, and having a good time. He's the easy guy to be around. So I'm like half soaking wet. I was back there bobbing for bass.
Why were you bobbing for bass?
Well, John Cox has such a giant bag back there.
I mean, I'm trying to make a living here, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting the people excited to see this.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'll come out there and help you do your job. Well, no, you're not fishing tomorrow, so I...
Ouch! The bass that jumped out of his bag was bigger than anything I weighed today, and I think it was trying to get eaten. And that's why it jumped out of his bag. But I'm excited. I'm excited to watch this weigh-in. I'm excited to watch live tomorrow. I'll probably be on live a little bit. Obviously not on the water. Thanks, Dave, for reminding me. But thank you, guys. Thank you, Palatka. You guys show up every single time we come here. You guys are amazing. Love you guys.
Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen, and keep the noise coming. We have a former Elite Series Rookie of the Year, a 5-time Classic qualifier from North Carolina, Brandon Card. 26 pounds and 6 ounces. 4 fish to add to that, 12 pounds and 5 ounces. He moves into 13th place with 38 pounds and 11 ounces. Just outside of the cut, but a great finish here this week for you. Got to be happy with a great start to 2022 Elites.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like I said before, my practice was absolutely pitiful. I just kind of pieced it together as I went. You know, I took a gamble today and ran all the way down to Astor. And as soon as I got down there, I caught that 6-pounder on a Cinco, and I was like, oh, it's gonna go down. And lost a few other ones, and it just kind of jumped around, you know, ran my Suzuki all over the river, just trying to make it happen. But I'm definitely happy with the finish, and man, I really appreciate the crowd for coming out. Y'all are awesome.
Congrats on a great finish.
And just want to say hi to my wife, my little boy back home, and hope the baby starts sleeping a little bit better so she gets some more sleep.
All right. Well, good luck with that, and we look forward to seeing the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's a 4-time Classic qualifier, a 7-time FLW Tour winner, a 2-time Bassmaster winner. From Florida, John Cox. Oh, good googly moogly. Somebody went to the Piggly Wiggly and got a whole bag full. 5 fish, ladies and gentlemen, looking for 18-1, 31 pounds, 15 ounces. 31 pounds, 15 ounces, and John Cruz rockets all the way from 38th place to second with 55 pounds, 2 ounces. Boom shakalaka, giant bass. Double guns loaded. I think they were right, ladies and gentlemen. I think the anglers were right. Wow. Needs to be better than 6-1 to take over Phoenix Boats Big Bass for the day. 7-13, not a problem there. $31 pounds, 15 ounces. Wow. And all of a sudden, he is within 3 pounds, 2 ounces of the overall lead held by John Cruz. That one, 8 pounds, 5 ounces, leading Phoenix Boats Big Bass. And wow, you left the dock this morning in 38th place. You are currently sitting in 2nd place, and you've narrowed down what was a 10-pound lead that John Cruz had to 3 pounds.
Man, it was an amazing day. You know, I started off this morning. I forgot my jersey, rain suit, everything in the truck. Got out there, forgot my hook and weight box, everything, and I had to catch them on like 50-pound braid off the bed. So it was one of those days. It was awesome. I've been waiting for that day for so long, and man, I'm excited to get out there tomorrow.
Do you plan on forgetting all that stuff again tomorrow? Because you had it the first 2 days, and clearly it's better.
I know. I thought about it. I'm like, maybe I should leave all that at the house again. But no, I think I'm going to pack everything and put some new fresh line on and see what happens tomorrow.
with a bag like this and watching live, we've said it all week, and people think we just say these things, but it just feels like somebody's going to get on to some fish that are coming to them, and I think that somebody might be you.
Yeah, I was just praying so hard to make it, today. And I went flipping yesterday, and I was like, I'm not going to sight fish. I'm going to go flip, and I caught just enough to make it in. And man, it was an awesome day. I can't wait to go tomorrow.
Not only are you, let's hear it for him. Not only are you leading this or in second place in this tournament. On day one, the leader of this tournament weighed in 28 pounds even. He took the BMC Monster Bag of the Day, which pays an additional $2,000. You just took over the BMC Monster Bag of the Day. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I'm going to be honest, if I was one of those anglers backstage, I totally would have said something on stage, too, just like they did. I forgive them now. Our next angler from Shelby, North Carolina, Matt Airy. Through the short straw in weigh-in order today. 7 pounds, 7 ounces gives him a total of 31 pounds, 8 ounces. 31 pounds is very impressive. They just cheered for that. How much do you hate John Cox right now? Like, there's got to be a little party that's like, just let me in front of you, jerk.
I tried to give him 20 back there to let me slide in line, but I can't. Williamson was behind me, so it wasn't going to be any better. Somebody had to take one for the team, but I was sitting back there in the bump tub, and I said, I've never weighed. I kept telling him, that's 30 pounds, dude, that's 30 pounds. I don't know if that's, Cox, I don't know if it's 30, and I said, that's 30 pounds. I said, I've never weighed in 30 in a tournament. And I saw Cox kind of motion his head, and I asked Jason, he said no, and I looked back at Cox, I said, you ever weighed in 30? And he kind of cocked his head back up and looked at me like like I'm an idiot. And I've weighed in, like which time, So he makes a habit of that, especially in this state. But hey, big shout out real quick, 333 Fish Camp. Jason Meninger's got a place over in Crescent City. He put us up this week. Beautiful little campground, got RVs, got little cottages, got houses. And I want to thank Jason for putting us up this week. Beautiful place. But if you're ever in town, need a place to stay, check out 333 Fish Camp. Guys, it's been fun. We're going to go right down the road, hopefully catch a few more big ones next week.
Great start to the season. A 2-time Elite Series champion, a 5-time Classic qualifier. From Aiken, South Carolina, the Tower of Power, Jason Williamson. 24 pounds and 14 ounces to start the day. 5 fish to add to that here today. 11 pounds and an ounce puts him in 19th place and guarantees you a great paycheck and a great start to the Elite Series season.
Yeah, it's been a great tournament, Dave. I just never got a hold of one of those John Cox bass, I guess. He showed out today for sure. He
didn't even bring his tackle box and half his stuff.
Yeah, every time I see him running down the river, he's running about 38 miles an hour like he's got nowhere to go, so I ain't real sure, but... yeah, I've had to stare at that bag back there for the last 30 minutes, so I'm not in a real good mood.
I imagine so.
Yeah. I'd like to thank all my sponsors. We're going to polish these Blue Otter Polarized up and go to Harris Chain next week and try to catch us a 30-pound bag. Appreciate it, guys. We love Palatka.
Go get it done. Here's a guy who does good in Florida, a 2-time Bassmaster winner. Both of those wins came in the state of Florida from Reed Springs, Missouri. Chad Morgan-Taylor. 23 pounds and an ounce to start the day. 5 fish here today. 15 pounds, 13 ounces. Moves all the way up to 14th place with 38 pounds and 14 ounces. Man, I mean, everybody loves Florida right now after the last few minutes, but Florida has been so good to you. But what we saw with Cox, that's what makes Florida so special. I mean, and it's every year we hear, oh, it's over, this guy's going to win, and it never fails. Somebody comes from behind with a giant bag like that.
Anytime you said it, anytime you're here and you've got this kind of fish and this ability of this system,
you know, 32 pounds. We were back there looking at that thing going, oh my goodness, you know, and actually there, you know, we've seen larger bags than that here, but that one is a monster for the conditions we've got. But I fished a good tournament. Whatever happened to my fish in practice, they moved around. A lot of things changed. I changed with it, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's a good tournament whenever you fish clean. You make the top, whatever it is, the top 47, make the cut, and get to come out here and see all my friends. Thank you so much for always turning out and always supporting us and allowing us to do what we do. Thank you so much, Palatka.
Congrats on another good one. From Raceland, Louisiana, he is a Bassmaster Classic qualifier, Tyler Rabat. 24 pounds and 14 ounces to start the day. 3 fish here today. 9 pounds, 3 ounces, gives him 34 pounds and an ounce, puts you in 21st place, and great paydays to start the season.
I'll take it. Like I said yesterday, I'm normally at the bottom for this tournament, so to make a cut finally, I was just super pumped to get here, and today was just a fun day of fishing, just going around and using some prototypes that we're making with Excite Baits. I can't wait for them to actually come out. I didn't realize how good they really work until I came here and I actually finally made a cut, so hopefully I could get them out to y'all. And I'm ready to go next week. We got a walk-ons down there in Harris Chain. Hope y'all come see me. We got some gift cards to give out, free appetizers, and we can watch the Super Bowl. And last but not least, I want to thank all my sponsors, Walk On, Excite, Six Skill, everybody, Powerful, Phoenix. I mean, I was doing 75, 76, beating Brock yesterday, or the day before, so it's fun. I just love this place. Now I do.
Now, congrats on a great finish. Here's a guy who loves Florida, took his first Bassmaster win just last week. 7-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Fayetteville, Tennessee, the always lethal Brandon Lester. 23 pounds and 8 ounces start the day. 4 fish here today. 10 pounds even, gives him 33 pounds and 8 ounces, moves in 22nd place, and a couple of pretty good weeks here in Florida.
Not bad. You know, it's always good to be fishing on a Saturday for sure. You know, I really had nothing to lose today. Spent a lot of time just up looking around, trying to find some big sight fish. And, you know, 4 is all I could muster up. I did catch a great big one today. You know, obviously we've got the rule when you're sight fishing, they got to be hooked inside the mouth. Well, I'm sitting here, I found a great big one sitting on the bed. And I'm like, man, I need that one. You know, I had 4 fish. It's about middle of the day. Finally get that fish to bite. I get it in the boat, and the fish is hooked, like in the gullet. I mean, she's got it, but it went under her gills instead of through her mouth. The craziest thing I've ever seen. So I was pretty sure I had to throw the fish back, but I called Lisa and made sure, you know, rules are rules. It's all good, but that fish is fine. She's probably sitting back out there on her bed right now, but it's all good. That's just the way the cookie crumbled this week, but awesome crowd. I appreciate you guys coming. I'll see y'all next time.
Good news is we're not leaving Florida, so keep it going. A Bassmaster Open winner, a 3-time Classic qualifier from Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, Corey Johnston. Had 24 pounds and 2 ounces to start the day. 5 fish to add to that here today. 15 pounds and an ounce. He moves into 14th place with 39 pounds and 3 ounces. Another good finish here on the St. Johns River for Corey Johnston to kick off the 2022 Bassmaster Elite Series. Corey, after day number 1, you got to be pretty happy with the way this one finished up. I mean, you really rallied back into the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know what happened day 1. It was one of those days that just sucked. I couldn't do anything right, and you know, there's no excuses. But you know, I rallied back and made some adjustments, caught some fish, and I'm looking forward to getting to the next one. The next one, we are going to smash their faces in.
All right. Well, we look forward to watching that. That's a hockey term, I believe. From Newport, New York, a 2-time Elite Series champion, Jamie the Hammer Hartman. 25 pounds and 9 ounces. 5 fish to add to that here today. Looking for 15-13 to get inside the cut. 5 fish, 14 pounds, 3 ounces. Just outside the cut in 14th place with 39-12. but another good finish and a great start to the 2022 Bassmaster Elite Series for Jamie Hartman. A great payday here at the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite on the St. Johns River, and it's important to get the season started right, and you did that, my friend.
Remember how my season ended? Yeah, pretty dang bad, huh? I'm just glad to get this stallion back on the horse track, man. I'll tell you what. What I went through last year was like the lowest of all lows, man. I mean, I had a rough time. So coming into this, making the cut, actually fishing the first Saturday of the first event, man, I'm stoked. I don't even care where I finished today. I just wanted to fish. So I'm happy, very happy. This crowd's insane. It ain't even the final day. Always good, man. We got some fireworks, huh? John Cox set it on fire again.
He did. Kind of ruined the rest of the way in, but right that moment was really exciting.
Yeah, we should have shut her down right there.
We might have some more fireworks, but congratulations on a great finish, whatever way you look at it. Elite Series champion, a Bassmaster Classic qualifier, the Schmidt, Brian Schmidt. £21 pounds, 11 ounces. He's got 5 fish here today. Let's get him up that leaderboard. And 8 pounds, 6 ounces gives him 30 pounds and an ounce. Puts you in 32nd place and leave here with pretty good payday.
That's it, man. I mean, I love this place. I love Florida. I've been here 3 times and seemed to click with it a little bit. Day one, it didn't go well, and just very, very fortunate. Yesterday, put it together real late. Caught a couple key fish, believe it or not, using my live scope in this shallow fishery. You know, I saw a couple swimming at me, and I was able to catch them and get to this point here. Didn't make it happen today. I was looking for the John Cox kind of day. And at about 12, I had to go to where I caught them yesterday and grinded them out, and everything worked good. Just didn't come across the big ones this week.
Going to get a big payday, and we look forward to seeing you at the next one. Making his first cut in his return to the Bassmaster Elite Series, he's a 4-time Bassmaster winner, Jacob Porosnik. 24 pounds, 15 ounces to start the day. 4 fish to add to that here today. 9 pounds, 3 ounces, puts you in 23rd place. And your first cut of your return to the Elite Series, and I couldn't be happier to have you back here.
It's amazing, just to get to be back. I feel at home here. And, like I told everybody, I said this is where I'm going to end my career when I stop bass fishing, is on the Bassmaster Elite Series. So, but what a great crowd. I'll tell you one thing. There is some fantastic people. I fished down in Astor the last couple of days, and I mean, people have come out and cheered you on, and they try to tell you, you don't want to be rude, like, hey, we can't get any information, and they keep, man, we caught a 12-pounder here and a 10-pounder here, so I know I was around some big ones, but, my equipment run flawless this week, and want to give a special out to Hook. We have a new spring arrivals are coming this week. They just come out, so check them out at Hook Gear, and I'm looking forward to next week. It's getting warm.
It sure is. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Made a giant comeback in this tournament. He's a former Elite Series Rookie of the Year, a 3-time Classic qualifier, Drew Cook. Had 25 pounds, 11 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish here today. Looking for 15-11 to get in the cut. 17 pounds and an ounce. 17-1, and the comeback continues with 42 pounds, 12 ounces. Drew Cook inside the top 10 once again in 9th place currently. Man, you were in 80-something, what, 80th?
Yeah, something like that. It was pretty bad, but that's probably the best comeback I've ever had for sure. I had an opportunity at a really big bag today, and not a Cox bag, but a really good one. So if we get to go tomorrow, then I think we're going to make it. I think it's put me in like 8th or 9th. So I'm pumped, dude. It's freaking awesome. I got my whole family, and I had a bunch of people just drive down today because they were watching Bass Track and saw me make it, and they were like, God, we got to go now. But I've said it every year. Every time we come here, the crowd is crazy. This is awesome. This is what we all love to see. I know some of these rookies that made this cut today, Like, they really don't feel it until they walk across the stage today. I mean, I remember in 2019, whenever I walked out there, it was like, man, this is awesome. So we appreciate all y'all, appreciate everybody at Bass. Thanks again to my family, all my sponsors. Hopefully we can keep plugging and catch the BMC Big Bag or whatever the tournament.
Go get it done tomorrow. We'll see you back here, hopefully. He's an Elite Series champion, a two-time Classic qualifier. From Japan, Takumi Ito. Had 25 pounds and 10 ounces, looking for 16 pounds, 8 ounces to get in the cut. 16 pounds, 4 ounces. 16.4, just 4 ounces short of the cut. But let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for Takumi Ito. Takumi, so close, so close. 4 ounces.
I need more 4 ounces, but it's okay. So because every year the Florida, so every time, so I cannot get the catch 5. So to this year, I caught every day 5 catch. So very, very happy. And so I love Florida. Very, very awesome people, and I'm very fun every year.
You know who I love? I love Takumi. You know why? Because I have a very famous hand. I mean, these guys all get on covers of magazines, and all you see of me is this. Right here. Takumi, last year you won. You got on B.A.S.S magazine, and because you're not strong enough to hold the trophy, I got on the cover of the magazine with you.
Yes. So you are cover the magazine, Japanese magazine. So many people buy this B.A.S.S, the magazine. So many people knows you.
I'm huge in Japan. I'm huge in Japan. I had that T-shirt once. I want you to take this backstage. You don't get to keep it. But I want you to take that backstage. I want you to sign it for me, and I'm going to hang it on my office wall.
Yes, sir. I've signed it, and I gave you.
All right, deal. Let's hear it for Takumi Ito. Making tournament MCs famous all around the world. Our next angler, a former Forest Wood Cup champion from Alabama, Justin Atkins. 24-13 to start the day. 2 pounds, 14 ounces puts him in 37th place, but a great start to the season when you make the cut here on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. I made it here last year. I love the St. John's. It's been a lot of fun fishing here the last 2 years. I got a little bit of false hope yesterday. False hope's always a bad thing. And I did what a buddy of mine calls G&L'd. I gambled and lost. So I saw some big ones yesterday afternoon. There were some nice fish. They were pulling up. And this morning I went in the canal, and I was going all the way to the back, trying to catch like a 3.5 I saw yesterday. And up there on a brand new bright spot, it's like a 5-pounder and like a 2.5 pound buck. Second cast, she deworms me, and I'm like, all right, we're good. I keep fishing. Well, the problem is it got personal. And 2.5 hours later, I still hadn't caught her, and I was just pissed. And I fished for her, and at about the 2 hour mark, I got her to bite again and missed her, and I was like, all right, I got to quit this. And after that, I just didn't see any. There wasn't as many up as I hoped and like I thought was going to come. Obviously, I should have went where John Cox went because there was giants everywhere. But it was a lot of fun. I had a great week. It's a great start, and looking forward to it. I hope we come back soon.
I'm sure we will. We look forward to seeing you on the Harris chain. A 3-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Colgate, Oklahoma, Luke Palmer. 20 pounds, 15 ounces at the start of the day. 2 fish to add to that here today. 3 pounds and 9 ounces gives him 24 pounds, 8 ounces. And you get paid to leave, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, if you're going to suck, I guess today's the day to suck, and I suck. So, it is what it is. I said yesterday I wanted to fish today, and I did, and I probably should have just stayed in the camper and slept a little bit longer because, that was about all I did. But, I took that Phoenix up and down and run it all around, but them guys at Horizon Track Marine keep me on the water and have done a great job for me for several years now. But, they keep me on. The service crew does a good job keeping us on the water any issue we have, and we really appreciate them. And I'm glad to back see these crowds again, and I guess we're going to be at Harris Chain because I ain't fishing tomorrow now.
Look forward to seeing you at the Harris Chain. Congratulations on a great finish. I need you to get real loud. He's fishing his very first Elite Series event and making the cut from Wisconsin, Jay Shakurak. 24 pounds, 7 ounces. 4 fish to add to that here today. 8 pounds even gives him 32 pounds and 7 ounces. You move in 30th place, and congrats on a great finish at your first Elite Series event. How important was it for you to get a strong start here this year?
Yeah, I mean, it was super important for me. The first tournament is kind of like what everybody looks at, and everybody's looking at you. And, you know, to be able to come out with a check was great. Today, I kind of went for it a little bit. I ended up catching 4 bedfish today. I was around a good area, but the fish they just weren't ready. I saw a lot of big ones. You know, probably next week or the week after that, this place is going to be on fire.
I have to ask you, you guys might not know this, but your father is a very famous walleye angler, tournament fisherman. Why did you shun the walleye and come over here to the bright side of bass fishing?
I have to say, in my opinion, bass fishing is just more, it's better. It's more like you're in depth, you're more, I don't know. Walleye's still good, though. Don't get me wrong, because there's a lot of walleye fishermen out there, and I appreciate all the walleye fishermen, but I had to go to the bass side. I don't know. Just a personal preference.
Is your dad proud or ashamed?
I'd say he's proud.
I'd say so, too. And we're proud to have you as part of the Elite Series. Congratulations. He is a former Bassmaster Open winner, a 5-time Classic qualifier. From Holt, Michigan, Chad Pipkins. 21 pounds and 6 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish to add to that for Chad Pipkins. 7 pounds, 4 ounces gives him 28.10, puts you in 38th place, and we're going to pay you to leave as well. So that's a good deal.
That's okay. Florida can get you, and it has gotten me many times. I love coming down here to fish, but it's tricky because a lot of times they're moving in and out, and it's real fortunate to have a good first day to kind of carry me through the event, and it's been fun. We love coming down here. You guys always turn out, and one thing, we bring crappy weather, and we apologize for that, but you guys always come out and bring a good crowd and have some fun, so we appreciate you guys.
Congratulations. He's an Elite Series champion from Chattanooga, Tennessee, Buddy Gross. £21 pounds, 12 ounces start the day. 11.11 gives him 33 pounds, 7 ounces. You move into 28th place and made it through this first one with a great finish.
I tell you, Florida scares me to death. I mean, the cold fronts change fishing so much, but, you know, the fishing here is so good. I mean, you just don't never know when you're going to stumble on one of them Cox bags. So, you know, this is a great fishery. Y'all are blessed to have it. What an awesome crowd. Going to the next one.
Looking forward to seeing you there. It's going to be a good one. Qualified for the Bassmaster Elite Series not once, but twice. He's a Bassmaster Classic qualifier from North Carolina, David Williams. £22 pounds, 7 ounces yesterday, or coming into today. 6.12 to add to that. Puts him in 39th place, and Junior's got a slick set of shades on here today, I see. He's gone all Hollywood.
Yeah, he can't help it to be cool.
Pretty cool finish here to get back to the Elite Series. I know we're excited to have you here, but how important was for you to kick this off with a strong finish here this week?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I didn't have a lot going on. I kind of milked out an area the first 2 days, and I beat everything in there to death. And I didn't really feel like I had anything left, and I was towards the bottom of the cut line, and I said, well, I'm going to take a chance today. And I made about an hour run down south and tried to look for them, and I never found them. And I came back to the area where I'd been catching them the last 2 days, about an hour to go, and I caught 3. I had 0 up until that point, so glad to weigh in a couple anyway.
Congrats on a great finish, and give me some knuckles on the way off. Oh, it's always more powerful than I imagined. Speaking of powerful, made a giant run on the championship Sunday last year to win this event. Your defending champion from South Carolina, Brian New. 21-14, 15 pounds, 2 ounces today. gives him 37 pounds even. He moves into 22nd place. And unfortunately not going to defend his title this time around, but a great finish for Brian New. Brian, a great finish, and yesterday going to be the one that hurts you, but what changed? What was different yesterday? Because you caught him day 1, day 3.
They didn't bite. I made bad decisions. I knew all day it was going to happen yesterday. The Open last week at Kissimmee, the first day I was due in at 5:10. I caught my first bass at 3:06. I caught my 5th one, made 2 casts, run in, had 2 minutes to spare. That was going to happen yesterday, but it actually didn't. and halfway through the day, like I was looking at them, they were on the shell bars, and that's how I caught them the first day on Spro Aruku shads, every single one of them. And yesterday, I mean, they were there, but they wasn't bite. There was actually less, but they were still there. I knew they were going to bite, but they didn't. And all along, I was like, man, I need to go to the bank. The water's warming up. It's sunny. It's slick. Need to go to the bank. Well, guess what I did today? I went to the bank, and I caught a couple bass. Didn't catch any, great big ones, but I had a good day. Salvaged a lot of points, and next week's going to be really fun. I hope it's going to be fun for a lot of people. It might be, a lot of John Cox going on next week. So hopefully I'm a part of that, and I'm ready to go down there. Actually ready for a break. I hate back-to-back events. I'm going back-to-back. And but hey, I love Florida. It's awesome. I love Palatka. This place has been awesome. It was a lot more awesome last year, but it's still awesome. And we'll see you again.
It's still pretty awesome. Maybe more awesome for you, but our next angler, a 2-time Elite Series champion, weighing the 3rd biggest bag in Bassmaster history from Longview, Texas, the Marshal, Lee Livesey. 24 pounds, 7 ounces. And to add to that, 7:14 puts you in 33rd place, and day 3 cut, going to be paid to leave this event. So it's a good deal. You get a day off before we head to the Harris chain.
Yeah, man, what a great crowd, man. Thanks, Palatka, for showing out. This place is amazing every time we come. Can't thank y'all all enough. Everybody around the whole river system is awesome. Whether I'm fishing or driving the boat, everybody's super nice. I love it here. Hopefully we'll get to come back. I just didn't catch any bass the last 2 days. I always do something stupid on the 3rd day, and it never works out. Maybe one day it will, but I'm not going to talk long. I just want to thank all my sponsors and say hey to my wife, Taryn. She is pregnant, and we're waiting on our first daughter coming in April. So I'll be home in a couple weeks. I'll see y'all guys later.
Congrats on another great one. A 9-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Gainesville, Florida, Bernie Schultz. $23 pounds and 9 ounces as of this morning. 4 fish to add to that here today. 9 pounds, 7 ounces gives him 33 pounds even. Want to remind everybody we're going to bring it out our top 10 at the end of the weigh-in, and any of our anglers, if you're in the top 10, make sure you get backstage so we can introduce our top 10 at the conclusion of this weigh-in. 33 pounds even, Bernie, and fortunately not going to be in the top 10 this week, but man, nothing to be ashamed of. A great finish in a really tough tournament. I mean, it was literally the exact opposite of what pre-fish was.
It was. Yeah, things changed dramatically. Today I decided to stay in the river. I ran way down to the south end of Lake George and tried to do some side fishing, and had some close calls. Got to see some big females. They were, it's kind of funny. I mean, you'd fish them a little bit on one bed, and she decided she'd get enough of that, so she'd go over to the next bed. Very promiscuous females in this river. So I'd fish her on the next bed for a little while, then she'd go back to the other bed, and I was doing that for most of the afternoon. But it's not a bad deal. Good start for the season. So, and thanks for everybody coming out. Appreciate you.
Congrats on a great finish, Bertie. We'll see you at the Harris chain. He's a 3-time U.S. Open champion, a 7-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Payson, Arizona. Clifford Perch, the Golden Ram. 23 pounds and 2 ounces this morning. 3 fish to add to that here today. 8 pounds, 7 ounces. gives him 38th place even with 31 pounds, 9 ounces. So 38th place right now, and good finish here this week, a payday to start off the season. I know you're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I just really was glad to be able to go fishing today. I didn't get a lot of bites this week, so I knew the potential was out there. You've seen some of these great big bags, and I just didn't catch them today. But I was super thankful to be able to fish on day 3, make the cut. Man, it was a blessing. I got a big bite yesterday with about a minute or two to fish, so that got me in, and man, it was just a fun day to be able to go. So I'm glad to survive this one. Florida's kind of tricky. It can be really good, and it can really burn you. So I'm thankful. I love coming to Palatka. It's a great crowd. Thanks to everybody for coming, and we get another one. I think the weather's looking good to maybe have another good week. So I'm excited.
Looking forward to getting there, and looking forward to seeing how it works out for you. Elite Series champion and a Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Wisconsin, Caleb Kufal. £21 pounds, 11 ounces as of this morning. One fish today for 1-3. And I wondered who would weigh into this song. When I heard this song, I'm like, for sure, we're going to have someone weigh into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Bill Dance. I mean, you can't get any better than that. But I heard this song, and I'm like, dude, if nobody picks that thing, I got to grab it. So, what a week. Glad to be here today, obviously. I had a better opportunities today than what that bag looked like. But looking forward to heading to Harris Chain. I think it's going to be really good. Probably get a lot more bites than here. And just want to say hi to my family, probably watching at home. I'll be home in probably a week and a half. So,
congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our semifinal Saturday weigh-in, and that means we only have one more thing to do, and that is to bring out our top 10. Palatka, I don't have to tell you how this goes. You know your job. Are you guys ready to meet the top 10? Only half the field went out today, and only 10 will go out tomorrow. This is the first stop of the 2022 Bassmaster Elite Series, the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite at the St. Johns River. Are you ready to meet your top 10? He is an Elite Series champion, a Bassmaster Classic qualifier, going out in 10th spot from Georgia, Micah Frazier. a 7-time FLW Tour winner, a 2-time Bassmaster winner, a 4-time Classic qualifier. He destroyed today's weigh-in with our VMC Monster Bag of the tournament. From Florida, John Cox! And last but definitely not least, he's led since day number 1. He's been the man with the plan, saying, catch me if you can. Trying to go wire to wire, a 12-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, an Elite Series champion. Get loud for the cruise missile, John Cruz! We started with 94, cut it down to 47, and only 10 remain. Palatka, Florida, one more time. Let's hear it for your top 10 at the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite on the St. Johns River. Anglers will head out tomorrow morning. You'll be able to watch the action kicking off at 8 a.m. on FS1. The first 4 hours of coverage. Hours outside of that, you'll be able to watch it on Bassmaster.com and the Fox Sports app. Only 10 remain, and this time tomorrow there will be one. That one will be the first Bassmaster Elite Series champion of the 2022 Bassmaster Elite Series season.